gonna only do the upper body stuff, the typewriter pull-ups, the some of the push-up stuff, aches and pains, man. I went and ran yesterday. I did a number of sprints. It was quite the workout. Um, and my legs are sore. My knee is kind of My right shoulder is kind of still giving me issues. So it's going to be abbreviated. It's a Friday, and I'm going to try to go with trying to get as much recovery time as I can in there. I try to do push handstands. I already did the handstand routine that you see as the top item there. Uh, I'm still terrible at it. I can barely. I'm trying to get straight. Still struggling with the whole getting uh, my head and my body and my everything aligned so that, as you can see here, I barely get my arms back far enough to be straight. And then on top of it, you got to get your bum in line. I've been doing it with my knees on this block you see here, and I try to push forward as much as I can, get my head back as far as I can, and just try to get in line. And then I lift one leg, so I'm trying to at least work on the weight that my shoulders are holding. But then I record it and I look and I'm like, I'm still kind of bowed. I'm like this at the shoulders. And until I can get strong enough or enough shoulder mobility that I'm able to push my head between my shoulders enough that my head, hands, and bum all become aligned. I'm not worried about my legs, but I can kind of tell when my balance is getting closer. Hey, Banana Bread, how you doing, man? So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make a transition, and I have to go start with the typewriter pull-up. I'm not great at the typewriter pull-up. My hands are it's been hot down here, so slick. I don't have the grip powder that would help absorb some of that. I got to get me some. But yeah, I'll make a quick transition here, and then we will get started with pull-ups. Typewriter pull-ups. So I can do all of the pulling stuff, the typewriter pull-ups, the pull-ups, and the body roll. I'll complete those. I should be able to do the push-ups and the dips. Archer push-ups are going to be challenging with the current pain level of my right shoulder. And the legs will be, we'll see what I do there. I did a lot of sprints yesterday. I went and ran like eight and a half miles, and it was 2 miles to the school, 2 miles back. And in process, while I was there, I did, and then while I was at the school, I did like I think it was maybe 4 miles of sprints, several 400s, twice that in 200s, and twice that in 100s. And I kind of break them up so that I change the speeds and recover. And then between every one, I walk 100 meters. So anyway, needless to say, I'm kind of sore, kind of tired. My knee is kind of, it's just, I'm tight. It's Friday, so I'm not gonna overdo it. I may have battery issues on my headset. I may have to switch headsets at a point here as well. So let me make a quick transition to uh, getting some cameras adjusted, and then I will be right back. Okay, so my headset's already complaining about my battery. Hey, Captain Owl, how you doing? So hold on a second. Bear with me a moment while I attach a different headset so I am not so I'm not dying in the middle of my workout here. I'm trying to decide if I have another. I don't like using this. I haven't used this in a long time. I don't even know if it works right now. In fact, it's probably dead. They don't even have a. I don't have. I don't have. I haven't had charging in a long time. So trying to figure out. I may have to go with a mic, which is going to be a pain. So I'm hoping I don't have to go with a mic. I don't have my boom on here, so hold on. Let's see. I do have a headset here. I just got to figure out how to get it going into pairing mode again. Can't remember the trick for putting this in pairing mode. I thought they would just do pairing mode automatically. Anyway, uh, oh, there it goes. Okay, it says it's pairing now. Okay, so let's see if I can get this here going. Guess it's this one. Oh wait, nope, it's this one. The one that wasn't there yet. Okay, hey, we're connected. So hopefully you can hear me now. With any luck, things are once again functioning. This headset I know is charged, so we should be okay with that. Um, let me put this. Okay, are we there? Are we functioning? Is everything? Is things? Are things coming back? Um, okay, so it's showing that I have sound now. Hopefully we do. All right, so let's get to this. I got to go get started here. I don't want to be at this all day. Like I said, I'm taking a shortened workout, but I also have to keep moving. Cool. Good job. Thanks, Banana Bread. Um, where is? Let's go ahead and get myself connected here again. Oops. All right, there we go. So, typewriter push archer pull-ups. I can't do them the way he does them in the video there. Um, according to his video, he's doing these guys and he's pulling to a completely straight arm. My bar doesn't allow for that. It's not long enough. Um, this bar only has this much width, so my most distance is kind of like, probably even less than this, because when I'm curled up, that's, you know, That's all I've got. But it does not, it does help. I mean, you can feel the transition between the two locations. So it's not like I'm not getting anywhere. It's just a little bit challenging. Okay, so um, yeah, let's go. I think I did 5. And I had to stop and reposition my grip because my hands are slipping. Thanks. My outfit. It's got one pair, it's just a pair of shorts. Not much to it. And okay, so this has me doing 3-minute breaks. Interestingly enough, when I do regular pull-ups, it only gives you 2-minute breaks. So you're doing 3-minute break, 3-minute break, and then you're doing, I think I only have to do how many sets? 4 sets? Oh, it's only 3 sets. Okay, so 3 sets, 2 sets, 1 set. I have this so tiny on my screen right now. In order for it to show 6 exercises on the screen, I have to shrink it really small so that it can capture a bigger area of the screen. And it makes it really tiny in front of me. So even so, then you'll see me lean towards the screen. So just so I can see the micro numbers up in the upper left corner there. The numbers in the upper left corner represent how many sets you have. And then the number in the upper right corner is the difficulty level, how much effort you're supposed to be putting in. And these are all, that's 8. So 8, 9, 10. That's probably why they're lowering the rest periods, because it's supposed to be a 9, which is basically your max, where you might be able to do it 1 more or 2 more reps. Maybe. They probably might even be getting sloppy. That's what 9 is. You don't do those last 1 or 2 where you're kind of on the edge. 10 is you just go. You go until you can't do anymore. If you think you have 1 more, you do 1 more. I mean, you're doing as many as you can. Now 8 is still pretty difficult. So if you're able to do 10 at max, you're still doing 8, right? So it's still pretty challenging. Right now, it says you're supposed to be doing 3 to 8. I'm falling in the middle of that. I'm doing around 5, 4, 5. But as you can see, my previous times I only did 4. All right, let's go. I think my 3 minutes is up. I'm talking too much. And then my grip's going to be slipping, so I'm trying to focus on that wrist strength so I can keep my knuckles on top. If I keep my knuckles on top of the bar, I tend to not slip as much. But as my grip slips and my knuckles move back, now you're moving into that point where the fingers start to open up because it's just too slippery. So I got to focus on the wrists. My wrists, I feel like I've been getting stronger. Actually, I'll talk to you in a minute. I get off track again. Pretty sure my quality is going down as well. But I feel like I'm slowly not being as high on these. All right, so let's see. I do have it set at 2 minutes. It's supposed to be 3 right now, but we'll worry about that in a minute. So for the first time in like 2 years, I did my body measurements, And in the year before that I did it, I hadn't changed at all between those 2 years. Literally, I mean, the only thing that changes is my waist, which has gotten bigger. The one measurement in your, in your measuring that you don't want to get bigger is the waist. That one should hold steady, unless you're just putting on a boatload of muscle. Maybe it'll grow a little bit, but in general, you want your waist to kind of hold steady. Maybe the muscles get bigger, but you get leaner. Well, I'm not getting leaner. Muscles maybe get a little bit bigger. I'm certainly not getting leaner. But oddly enough, the majority of all my measurements went up. And that was the first time in like years I feel like I got a bunch of different measurements, and I actually improved on all of them. Chest, shoulders. I think the neck stayed about the same, which is such an odd muscle, really. I mean, is there really a muscle there? I mean, these are neck muscles, but I mean, so just measuring around the neck, I don't know. I mean, there are muscles that go up, but I'm like, how do you even work those? I know they have weird contraptions that let you strengthen your neck, but I got 30 seconds according to the 2-minute counter. Um, but anyway, so I was even surprised that my calves were still holding steady, because my calves have gotten pretty decently sized, not huge, but mostly from running, because I run in Vibrams, which use a lot of your calves. And so my calves grew for a while there, but I haven't been running as much, or a lot less, in fact. Where I only run once or twice a week, and I don't run as long. I mean, yes, yesterday I ran 9 miles and did a lot of sprints, but obviously I'm doing something for my calves, because they didn't. They're not sore. And if I was to run 9 miles and not having actually done anything, my calves would get sore, because obviously it's still getting worked. All right, so let's go. I got one more set of those. By the time I get over there, my 3rd minute will be over. All right, really focus. All of these exercises, the pulls, pull-ups, and the rows, really work the wrist. And I've been trying to build the wrist. My wrists have always been a weak point for me, especially my left wrist, whenever I would do deadlifts or anything like that. Um, my left hand, once the weights got pretty heavy, would just start to unravel. It would just lose its grip. My right hand typically could hold up for the amount of reps I needed to do, but since my left hand couldn't, I don't know what my right hand could have done. So I don't know. Maybe part of the problem was from even doing deadlifts. I mean, I'd get up to 275, 300, but my left hand couldn't hold the weight, so I had to keep it down low enough where I could do a few reps at lower amounts. Need to hold my grip long enough so I'm not constantly having to do the reset. But I know I had more strength then, so it's better to do the reset and try again. But all right, weighted pull-ups. Now you might ask why I do weighted pull-up. I mark it as a weighted pull-up, but you can see I'm doing body weight. I do pull-ups with a vest on every now and then, or you can even do it with a weight belt. I do have both, but generally I just use a vest because that's enough extra weight for me for most of the time. So as a result of that, I use weighted pull-up. Plus, body weight is not a good measurement. It's abstract, right? If you just say I'm doing 10 pull-ups, body weight. Well, if you gain weight, lose weight, whatever, you're changing the weight you're lifting. So being able to do more as you lose weight might not mean anything compared to somebody who's maybe gaining a bunch of muscle mass and is doing the same amount. Person who's gaining a bunch of muscle mass doing the same number of pull-ups is getting stronger than the person losing weight and doing one or two extra. So it's different. So it's a good idea to track how much weight you're lifting. And in the case of pull-ups, you're lifting your entire body, right? The entire body is part of the lift. If nothing else, it's your grip holding your entire body. Normally, I don't like to count the muscle that's doing the work, so like the arms, but your grip is still holding all your body, including your arms. So I just use my entire body weight, which right now is probably 183, not 186. I was 182.6 yesterday. I haven't weighed in today, but I'm assuming it's still somewhere in there. Okay, uh, let's move down to these last two. Since my 2 minutes just ended. Oh no, it's almost ended. Okay. Let's go do some pull-ups. Now I only have to do 2 sets of these. 15 to 20, oh no, 8 to 15. Generally, when I'm not too exhausted, my pull-ups are 10 to 11. Now, keep in mind, these are not, well, these are pretty close to normal speed. So yeah, I should be all right. Normally, they like to do slow ups and slow downs, like 2 up and 2 downs, 2 ups and 2 downs. This is a 2 down. 2 down is pretty normal if you're going to do a full extension. A lot of people will stop about here, the arm slightly bent. And that is not full extension, but you can go a lot faster, right? Because you're going into a controlled location. When you go to full extension, you're kind of coming out to here. Now, again, I don't drop into locked elbows and that level of low, but I go down to where for the most part, my arms are straight. I still like to keep my arms fully engaged, in other words. Okay. $11. That'll work. You do have to work. I think I'm only 183. You do have to work on your explosion. Ideally, if you're working on your explosion, your explosive up, your power ups, the idea is you need that in order to be able to do uh, what do they call muscle ups, where you go up and over the bar and push down. You need to have that explosive pull so you can have a little momentum to make that shift. So you want to do that. Now, I can't do muscle ups here. As you can see, if I pulled up, I'd whack my head on the roof. I have gotten to the point where I've been testing, kind of going up until I do kind of tap my head on the roof so I get that extra lift. But it's too hard to do without occasionally just smacking your head on the roof. So I only do it rarely when I'm full control. The area that you see my head going up to is actually about an inch higher than the roof that's in on the same than the ceiling part that is where the pull-up bar is. So when I lift there, oh, is that my time already? Oh no, I have 20 seconds. Anyway, so I have a little bit more room on the other side, but not a lot. So you can see my head disappears because there's this little like beam that divides, but my head is going up on the other side of the beam. And if my head stays fully in view, even though the camera's lower, that means I'm not going high enough. So I'm doing them wrong. But I'm trying to kind of get that height. All right, so one more of those, And then I have to go do the body row. And like I said, today's going to be a short workout because I'm probably skipping a number of these other exercises due to the current state uh, of wear between my shoulder and my legs. I've really been liking doing these sprint workouts I've been doing, where I warm up by running to the school and then do a bunch of sprints while I'm there. I think, high school. And then, come on, kid. See if my grip can hold up. All right, that last one was getting pretty low. I did 10, but it was iffy on form there. Let's go see what I'm weighing these days. Okay, not particularly great. I 184.6, so I gained a pound or 2 pounds. Actually, it's to be fair, when I measured yesterday, it was after all my running, which burns a lot of water weight. So I probably hadn't actually lost 3 pounds or 4 pounds. Uh, that was 186. Went down to 182 point something after a couple of days because I don't weigh in every day anymore. All right, so that's two. Let's go to the next thing. Uh, machine inverted row, which again, I'm only using that because I don't have a ring row, body row, because it's close enough. It's basically what you're doing, same thing. I have figured out the weight. I used a luggage scale. I don't know if you've ever had one of those. It's a grip. It's a thing that you wrap around the arm of or the handle of a piece of luggage, and you lift it up, and it shows you the weight of the luggage. So I put it on the rings here, and I pull, and then I double it if I'm doing two arms. And then, well, yeah, because so if it says 80 pounds when I do two arms, then it's 160 pounds of resistance because you're doing both arms. Both arms are working. If I do an archer row, I still double it, but that means you have to be doing archer rows both times. And when you do an archer row, a lot more weight is on the scale. So if you do, that might show the same elevation of the rings would probably show like an extra 15 pounds of resistance because you've switched. Why does this look weird? Yeah, maybe not. Kind of learn the various positions on here. And when I do the weight, it's based on my putting my feet either on the bottom step. There's two steps here. Yeah, you can see them. Okay. So there's two steps. I'm either on the bottom step, the top step, or in some cases, I might measure out when my body's just over here and I'm just straight underneath, which is the heaviest I can get. I can't really get heavier than my laying almost flat on the ground. You want to go full extension where your back doesn't quite touch the ground or maybe just barely at full reach. So you're never resting on the ground, but you're fully under the weight, and that's lifting your entire body, which is about the most you can do unless you're doing archer push pull-ups. And again, that adds a little bit more resistance. All right, let's do this. I only have to do one set of these. It says 15 to 25. I think I did 30 last time or 31. Guess it all depends on how I'm feeling, I guess. 20. $30. 32. We'll take it. I'm gonna have to lower those bars. I'm getting a little high. I don't really. Once I start hitting the max, I need to start increasing the difficulty, which means to drop the rings a little lower. Whew, did one more than last time. Okay, so hey, we're making progress. That is my best for that particular resistance. All right, now we go into the ones that I'm a little skeptical of where my how my body's going to respond to these. It's going to come down to how my shoulder behaves. If it's hurting too much, I can't do these very well, the archers. So sometimes I like to invert them, do regular push-ups, and then I'll do one set of archer at the end. I almost prefer to do these on the rings because it allows for a little bit more natural motion than trying to do the floor. Thus putting less pressure on my shoulder, but still that, and it also allows me to work on my stability and core and other stuff. Tired, guys. It's Friday. I really want this to end, but I really need to get it done. So let's get moving. All right, so I want to do on here or there. So let's attempt to just do it on, you know, let's see if I could do it with these things. So I have these sliders, which allow for less friction on the ground. I don't know if that's better or not. They're meant for sliding push-ups where you slide out, slide in, slide out. So I don't know if this is going to work. They're definitely slickery though. Oh, am I even on the camera? I don't think I adjusted any camera for these. I guess that one's okay. All right, let's see where we go. I'm worried about these. I'm going to start with my knees because I got to see what my shoulder's going to do first. All right, so you know what? Let's take one out. That's some stability here. Oh yeah, see, even just setting my weight on my shoulder here, my it's already complaining. Oh yeah. Oh, you know that's weird. I didn't realize. Okay, so let's get some adjustments here. Normally you move towards this arm, but the way I'm doing it, I'm not moving towards this arm. I'm just staying on the arm, and this one just comes in. Normally you stay on that arm and you push to the center. Stay on that arm, push to the center. Here I'm going to be bringing this arm in. That's just going to be different. Still going to, yeah. I got to adjust. So right arm is actually my best one for this. I'm sorry, left arm. Oh yeah, I gotta be switching sides. That's not gonna work. I gotta do both arms. Yeah, I can't do the right side. There's just too much pain. I gotta do regulars. It's too scary with that right arm. Shoulder's just not happy. Let's just do regular push-ups, which I think I have to do 15 to 25. Trying to do them in kind of a planche position. Here we go. Whew, 25. Now you can't see what I'm doing there, but you will, if you could, you'd see that I'm on my toes. I'm like on the tips of my toes. I try. Hey, that is all. That is all goals. Oh yeah, no, definitely. You're lifting weight. Body weight is still lifting weight, right? So I have measured. It's for doing push-ups for me, and my body weight is about 135 pounds. Basically, I did that by putting a board on a scale and pushing down into a push-up position and measuring the weight, the resistance. So for me, at 183 pounds or whatever, it's 135 pounds for a push-up. Now, doing an archer push-up, which basically means you're doing one arm with the help of another arm, just being out here, goes up by about 20 pounds. I'm about 155 when I do an archer push-up. Sit-ups and squat, again, the more you weigh, the more resistance you've got, right? So if you weigh 250 and you're doing a body weight squat, you're not lifting 250. What you're lifting is probably something closer to around 200. Now that one's tougher to weigh or to measure. But the thing is, you're not lifting your calves. Anything below your knees are not going up at all. So you're not lifting that part of your body. But everything else, and the muscle that's doing all the work is your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes, right? So they're doing all the pushing and pulling. So I don't know. There is an amount of that weight that you're lifting, but the muscles themselves probably don't count there either. Uh, but like any fat, any extra weight that those muscles aren't involved, they're lifting that weight. And then of course your entire upper body. So if you figure half your body weight is your upper body, you're at least lifting that plus a little bit more. So if you're doing a regular squat. So any weight you add to that will be on top. Now, if you lose 50 pounds of strength, of muscle, of fat, well, that's going to go down. You're lifting less. 100 push-ups, again, that would be great. My record, yeah. If I do regular fast push-ups with my arms in the out position, I can do quite a few push-ups. I think my best is 90. Um, Now lately I haven't. I think the most I've done recently is on 70 or 80. Um, but the regular out push-ups, what you'll note what I'm doing here is my arms are much closer to my body, and I'm doing push-ups that have my arms a lot lower, and I'm putting more of my weight on my body. So if you do a regular push-up like this, which is what most people do, where your arms are kind of slightly out, don't go too wide. Uh, but it's almost like you're doing a bench press, where you're doing a high bench press. Um, when you're in that position, you are doing slightly less resistance. The closer your body are, knuckle push-ups are great. I actually like doing those uh, just because it's less strain on the wrists. But I'm trying to do calisthenics, which I want to try to get myself being able to do a planche or a planche push-up, planche hold, whatever the options, whatever they are, all of them. I want to do all of them. I got to learn how to do a handstand first. I can't get my arms straight. I don't know why. I can't get them up there. I mean, straight like this, yes, but not straight like above me. So I'm working on that. But yeah, any resistance, your body counts as resistance. You are lifting your body. So of course it's good weight. It just changes with your current weight. The more you weigh, the less you weigh, it's going to change. So try to keep track of your body weight while you're doing these lifts, because it's going to affect your progress. And if you gain 10 pounds of muscle, well, obviously now you're lifting, or that 10 pounds has to be calculated into your lift. So that means you're getting stronger if you're doing the same number. I mean, a person who weighs, 300 pounds and can do 50 push-ups is probably stronger than a person. I guarantee you, is stronger than a person who weighs 180 and can do 60 push-ups. It's not even close. He's lifting so much more weight than you. And this is why I always think those contests online on TV that that show like hanging contests. You got these big muscly guys who are, they go to the gym, they're power lifters, they're big, and they can't last 10 seconds while hanging. Where this little, you know, buck tan woman grabs onto the pole and she's there for 30 minutes. It's like, that's not even fair. I mean, the guy weighs 200 pounds more than she does. And that's like, put 200 pounds on her and she wouldn't last, she wouldn't even be able to hold that weight. It would be like zero, it would be 0 seconds. She'd be up there, grab, fall down. But it's like, those aren't fair contests. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how you would make that kind of thing a fair contest, but I'm telling you, that's not it. All right, so anyway, let's get another push up in here. I have to do 3 of these, and I'm stalling. Um, Let me see here. Trying to see if I can show how I'm doing these. In order to do that, you got to see my side view. All right, let's see if I can do them this way. All right, so my goal here is I'm actually on the tips of my toes. I want to be enough on my toes where I got as much weight as I can on my arm. So, and that also increases the difficulty by quite a bit. And in order to do that, if my arms are too far forward, I really can't do that. I can try to come out. And then, so this is way easier, right? Just regular push-ups. But when you pull it back and you're trying to get more of your weight onto your arms, I try to get in the planche position, which means my thumbs are facing forward and my elbows are facing back. So I'm facing like this. And so the goal is to get as much weight on my arms as possible. And then add difficulty to your push-up. You add the scapula raise. That's not not bending your back here. It's keeping that part of your back straight, but the shoulders raise up. So you're extending your scapula. Don't just go to, most people just push, 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 until they're here and their back stays flat. Push up and extend your scapula. You'll find it's a lot more exhausting, but it actually gets, it works your back into the exercise as well. Ugh. 27. Once I added scapula extensions on there, it got so much more tiring for me. It's amazing how much difficulty that added. And at first I was able, it changed me from doing 50, 60 at a fast pace to struggling at 20. Now I'm getting a little bit better, but 27. I didn't even mark my first one. Okay, so let's go weighted push-up. I did one, they're about 135. I did 25. And then, oops, dang it. 135, 25. And then 27. See, I'm actually sweating. um, yeah, I mean, squats are known to be they say one of the best workouts, best exercises done right. Key element done right. Your form is so important. I don't like the squat because when you start getting into heavier weights, well, body weight's not too bad, but again, you got to make sure you keep your back straight. So you're kicking your butt back. You're trying to make sure you keep that. Well, even with body weight, sure, you'll slowly progress. I mean, if you have some dumbbells and stuff, you can add to it in time. Or you start doing lunge squats because you can make body weight even more challenging by adding in some lunge squats, which would be one leg goes to the right and you push up with one leg. So you're adding more weight because one leg is doing more of the lifting. Or like you can see here, part of this workout includes pistol squats. Now, pistol squats, I can't go down as low as him with one leg yet, but you can use a bench or a chair or even something taller. Like I use my block here, I used to use my block because I couldn't go any lower. And you just slowly lower it down, and you're just getting so much more resistance on the leg. But squats, yeah, squats are known to be an excellent a way to go. It's going to come down to your level of strength, right? You do tend to have to do more reps as you get stronger because your body, you see these bodybuilders who can do 300, 400, whatever the heck weight they're lifting with squats. Obviously, you can't lift that. Your body weight doesn't weigh that much. But if you increase your reps or increase the difficulty, you can simulate higher amounts, and plenty of people are going to build glutes and quads. And I don't do a lot of squats, and I have decent. I mean, I don't have bodybuilder squats or legs, but I have decent legs, decently strong legs, and that comes from a lot from doing lighter deadlifts. I'd like to do instead of squats, I prefer lunging squats or step back squats where you do one leg, so you can do a lot less weight but one leg is lifting the weight instead. So 150, pounds is similar in resistance to your 300-pound squat, because the one leg has the full weight of that 150 on it. And give or take, slight, depending on how well you balance, hopefully you get more of your weight on the front. But you should get most of that weight close to that one leg. So you will find that you can do more at half. And that way you're putting less strain on your back, and you're able to stabilize better because of the central position of your body. So when you do squats and you're lifting and you have to come down, you're worried about keeping all that weight straight with your back, and it's pushing down on your shoulders. And any little tweak, if you let that muscle resist at all, you risk hurting your back. But at a lighter weight, half the weight on one leg, you have a support back there, which allows you to go down a lot more centered. It makes it a lot easier to straighten out. You don't have to lean as far forward to get that same kind of resistance. I gotta do another set. It is really hot here today. It's usually cool down here in my basement, but I don't know, not so much today. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do as many. I'm getting tired. It's like I said, it was Friday, and I've just got too many mental blocks today. too many things in my mind that are just saying, "Don't do it. I don't want to do it today. Take a break, man." See, I'm not extending my scapulas. I gotta stop. I gotta get that back on there. Ugh. 23. That's all I got, man. Would have been less even if I had been extending my scapula the whole time. Oh, you have to. Oh no, that's an absolute must. That's a required piece of that puzzle. It's the only way you can keep your back straight. You can't simply stay up. You have to engage your core. And engaging your core is not just tightening your abs. It's tightening your back and your obliques. You want to feel like all the muscles around your body lock up when you're tightening your core. And you want to keep that. And if there's any piece that you're concentrating on, it's that core. You do not want to lose your core while doing squats. Yeah, it'll also help you lift. It's more than just the safety of your back and keeping things supported. It's, what else I got? What's the next thing? Oh, dips. 2 sets of dips. I do note that when I've done a bunch of push-ups like that, the dips become a lot harder. I often do the dips with my vest on, but it's been rough lately. Too much junk over here. Hopefully it's not too high. Tempted to try and do the vest. I usually do 15 to 20 with the vest, but man, all these push-ups are taking my juice away, man. That's good. Let's put the vest on. So my vest is 22 pounds, it feels like way more than 22 pounds. Yeah. But nope, it's about 22 pounds. It's just floppy. Floppy weight is always heavier than solid weight, or at least it feels that way. I don't know if I'll be able to do 15, but every now and then I like to increase the resistance. Now, there's a lot of ways to make dips harder, okay? Body weight dips can be really hard or easier depending on your strength. But if I do the easiest form, which is generally my legs in front of me, you know, kind of knees here or feet out here, I can do 20, 25, 30 dips of body weight. If I keep my knees back, things get a lot more challenging. So it'll all depend kind of how I'm feeling. Sometimes I like to do a little bit of both because it changes what muscles are involved, right? How much back, how much chest. Triceps are doing a lot of the same work, but how much of your other muscles get involved kind of changes that quite a bit. Again, you want to try to keep your neck extended, try not to shrug. If you're getting into a shrug position, you're losing too much strength. Either stop or, you know, engage and focus. Okay, my count was terrible there. I think I did 15. I'm pretty sure I lost track. Might have been 10 or 12. I think I did 15. But I could also be way wrong. I don't know. Okay, 1, 2, 9, 11, 12. I had lost the number so much. I was trying to figure out where I was supposed to be. And then I finally got to, I said, right, I'm 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe. You watch me doing this stuff enough time, you realize I don't know how to count. My brain shuts off all math capabilities during the course of exercise. I laugh, but it's probably not that funny. It's just funny to me. So, like I said, I'm kind of trying to go light today. So I'm trying to do the things that my uh, body can do without injuring itself. It's very hot down here. My knee is kind of, I don't know, angry. It doesn't hurt. I mean, I can use it, but it feels inflamed a little bit. Like there's a little inflammation in there from my sprinting yesterday. And certain motions seem to be a little aggravating, I want to say. So I don't know if I tore anything or what. So I'm just trying to be careful with it. Uh, my left Achilles has been sore for weeks. I don't know what it is. I can move it again, but it always feels stiff. So I don't know. I could just be stretching. I need to do more stretching. So I've been trying to do more and more of that. I did not ice my knee yesterday. I should have done that when I first thought it was going to be an issue. Anyway, that's my 2 minutes is up. Let's get started. Okay, I really have no idea what I counted. I was too busy trying to tweak my form there. Maybe I did something. I know I did more than 10. uh, so, um, I've been out of work lately, trying to find a work as a software developer. I am a software developer, but it's just hard to find work. The reason I mention that, that's why I'm able to go so late these days. I go to 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30. When I finally get work, I have to figure out how to make these things be done by 8. I have been trying to do that actually during these weeks, and I'm doing poorly. I start late, go slow, and I'm finding it difficult. So I don't know. I may have to start figuring out, I may have to start cutting my workouts short or something. Now, I should be doing an archer push-up now again, trying to see if my shoulder can withstand now that it's warmed up and I've done some of the pushing stuff. I'm not terribly confident in it, and I think I am going to skip the leg stuff today. My legs are just too beat up right now. This is a 4-day workout. You do legs on every one of the days. Uh, plus, what did I do on my two non? Well, yesterday I did a lot of running, 9 miles or 8.5, plus with a lot of sprinting, which does a lot of fast twitch fibers. And then what did I do? I can't even remember what I did on Tuesday. I did something. Bike? Can't remember. I'm gonna see if I can get one more archer push-ups in before I call it a day here. One more chance, Ken, at figuring out if I can do archer push-ups. Let's see if the shoulder has loosened up enough to not hurt, because that's the crucial. If it hurts, I'm not going to do it because I really just don't want to strain my. I don't want to be dealing with painful shoulder all weekend, so I'm not going to aggravate it. If it's not warm enough to be good to go, then screw it. I don't need the extra push-up. Now again, this is out of order of the workout, but that's because these are hard and hard on my shoulder. I'm going to try and do it with these. Allows a little bit more freeform on my mobility. It does make for need for stability quite a bit more, but I think stability is not my issue. Okay, 10. That'll work. Whew. Holy moly. Actually, I was surprised I got through that pretty good. There was a little ache, but not too bad. So my arm was loose enough. And like I said, I think the rings help with allowing me to find that position without being locked in to the floor. Well, I didn't take 2 hours, but it still took way too long. I don't think this is a 2-hour workout. Even with the 15-minute start and the fact that it was 107, but I didn't do the whole workout. I mean, I did 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. I did 7 of them out of 10. So that 7 should have been 15, 21, 25, 29, 35, 39, 30, 45, 47. Oh, 53. I guess it is over an hour workout. So it should have been about 53 minutes. Still, you guys have some crazy names, man. Hello, how you doing, man? You caught me at the end of my workout though, so I am done for the day. I am calling it at almost 2 hours. It's an hour-long workout. I managed to stretch it 2 hours, which is terrible. I still feel pretty tired. Well, my opinion doesn't matter. I just say you guys have some crazy names. Um, I don't know. Not my cup of tea for names, but anyway. Hey, man, whatever works for you is all that matters, right? Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate everybody who comes by. Please follow, please like if you subscribe, wherever you're coming from. Um, and if you happen to like miniatures, I have to say, please check out Mage Cage. See what you think of it. It's an expandable, transportable display case for miniatures for like D&D, Warhammer, collectible meeples, and Hot Wheels, and whatever else you might want to store. Check it out on under Active Minds Games on YouTube and Instagram. This is my product. It is not me shilling for somebody else. It's me shilling for me, and it's a great way to yes, I definitely did get a laugh out of it. And it's a great way to support my stream if you like the stream. Also, I do have a Patreon, and all those links are on my page. So check that out. And yeah, till next time, stay fit, stay healthy. Goodbye.